Good afternoon, sir and classmates. I am Diana Dagdag, one of the presenter of Group 4. For this afternoon, I will tackle about the introduction of the topic when technology and humanity cross. When it comes to the word technology, what comes first to your mind? Like on the screen, it can be gadgets, machines, tools and computers that contains knowledge that a person can learn. Well, yeah, basically, that is really what we can think of because having new knowledge and adding our knowledge is already attached to the word technology. For us to be able to define technology, we must know first where the word technology came from. Technology comes from the Greek words techne and logos, which means art and word. Taking these two words together, technology means a discourse on arts, according to Buchanan 2010. When we say discourse, it means discuss or talks. In Tagalog, it is called panayam or ang pinag-uusapan. Way back then, in 17th century, the technology only talked about arts. The concept of technology is basically an art is specifically an applied art. Applied arts are all the arts that apply design and decoration to everyday and essentially practical objects in order to make them aesthetically pleasing. Example for this are industrial arts, architecture, ceramic art, fashion design, calligraphy, interior design, graphic design, and many more. Those are the examples of technology way back before. However, as time goes by, technology progress wherein art is no longer the only topic when it comes to technology. It becomes broader and wider. The concepts of machine and tools are also attached and included to the word technology. The roles played by technology for everybody are very crucial. It is like people can't live without technology in their lives nowadays. Bakit nga ba hindi? Well, technology help us in every single ways, whether at home, in the office, in finding locations, and even in what we are currently experiencing. We are in the modern world where all the informations are on the computer, social medias, and other platforms that contains every information we needed. Another thing, doctors and scientists discovered a vaccine on the COVID-19 pandemic that can help to lessen the world's main problem, with the help, of course, of technology in the laboratory. Therefore, technology is already a part of our daily lives. There are many people who do not need it right now, but we cannot deny that we will need it next time. Okay, so let's move on to the technological devices that can be easily found inside our home. It is the television, mobile phones, computer, and humanity. This was called the celebrities in the field of technology. We oftentimes use those kinds of technology for our own purposes, maybe for our entertainment or looking for some information. Let's take it one by one. First, we have television. Television is an electronic system of transmitting transient images of fixed or moving objects, together with sound, over a wire through space by apparatus that converts lights and sound into electrical waves and reconverts them into visible light rays and audible sound. Take a look on that. That is the example of the evolution of television. Since the advent of television in the Philippines, This has been enjoyed by the Filipino people. We will see our grandparents as well as our moms and dads or whoever is older than us love to watch television. They watch to be entertained by show or gather news that happens on a daily lives, whether it is local or international. Recorded in Kantar Media. In the Philippines, 92% of urban homes and 70% of rural homes has at least one television set. According to NODA 2012, the count of households with television set already reached 15.135 million. Imagine how massive is that. That was 8 years ago. This number signifies that television plays a great role in the lives of people, especially on Filipinos. No wonder television remains the ultimate medium for advertisement placement, according to the Manila Times 2014. Television is a product of different experiments by various people. Let's take a look on him. Paul Gottlieb Nipkow, or Paul Julius Gottlieb Nipkow, was a German technician and inventor. He invented the Nipkow disc, which laid the foundation of television. His disc was a fundamental component in the first television. He was successful in his attempt to send images through wires with the aid of rotating metal disc, the Nipkow disc, on 1884. The invention was then called electric telescope that had 18 lines of resolution. On the other hand, on 1907, two inventors, namely Alan Archibald Campbell Swinton, an English scientist, and Boris Browsing, a Russian scientist, created a new system of television by using a cathode ray tube. The cathode ray tube, or CRT, is a vacuum tube containing one or more electron guns, the beams of which are manipulated to display images on a phosphorescent screen. This success story gave rise to two types of television system, namely mechanic and electronic televisions. That's all for my part. I will give the stage to Ms. Marjorie Santos, the next presenter. Thank you.
Filipinos love to use their mobile phones anywhere, anytime. They use it for different purposes other than for communication. More than half of the Filipino population owns at least one mobile phone, regardless of type. In 2010, global research agency Sinovate conducted a survey and declared 67% product ownership in the country. In fact, it was also claimed that mobile phones are considered a must-have among young Filipinos, ABS-CBN News 2010. Ipsos Media Atlas Philippines Nationwide Urban 2011 to 2012 survey results showed that 1 out of 3 Filipinos cannot live without their mobile phone. In other words, 30% of the Philippine urban population nationwide said that mobile phones are necessities in life. Mobile phones have a very interesting background story. On April 3, 1973, Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola, made the world's first mobile phone call. Cooper used the phone to call a rival, the head of research at Bell Labs, a company that also was attempting to build the first cell phone, so he could lightheartedly rub in the news. Bell Labs had initially envisioned the technology to support handheld mobile phones as early as 1946, so Cooper thought it'd be a fun idea to phone Mr. Angel and gloat. Mobile phone used by Cooper weighed 1.1 kilograms, measured 228.6 inches wide by 127 inches long, and 44-mm. This kind of device was capable of 30-minute talk time. However, it took 10 hours to charge. In 1983, Motorola made the first commercial mobile phone available to the public. It was known as the Motorola DynaTAC 18000X. Computers and laptops. Computers and laptops have also become part of many of the Filipino households. However, the number of computers or laptops sold per year may not be high as the number of mobile phones and television sets. It is not possible for all Filipino families to own at least one computer or laptop. This is because of the relatively higher cost of computers and laptops. Most of the profits gained by computer and laptop manufacturers come from offices, businesses, or schools, where such devices have become part of their necessities. The growing number of computer and laptop sales and internet users in the Philippines. In 2010, 3.6 trillion was the estimated total value output of all manufacturing establishments. Semiconductor devices and other electronic components took more than half of the total value output of all manufacturing establishments. To be more specific, 5.4% of the total value output came from the computers and peripheral equipment and accessories. Although there have been problems regarding the internet providers, this never hindered Filipinos from continuously using the internet. Just like television sets and mobile phones, computer and laptops also have a long background story of trial and error. Charles Babbage, a 19th century English mathematics professor who designed the analytical engine which was used as the basic framework of the computers even until the present time. The first laptop computer. Laptops have been available to the public for even less time than personal computers. Before, the first design of computer was so big that it could occupy full floors of buildings. It was not long before people started dreaming that they could bring their devices to any place they wish. They hoped that someday it will be possible for these devices to be portable. It was believed that the transition from a personal computer to a laptop was only a matter of design, an improvement and a little deviation from the standard design of a personal computer. The first true portable computer was released in June 1981. It was called the Osborne 1. From that moment on, the evolution of laptops continued until the present time, where various designs and models are already available. Household ownership of devices according to Philstar 2013. Mobile phone 89%, smartphone 53%, tablet 14%, desktop 39%, laptop or netbooks 37%, and smart TV 4%. This data proved the deep-seated fascination of Filipinos to different technological devices. Here are some facts about Filipinos and their use of gadgets and the internet. Mobile phone subscription is at 119 million. Filipinos spend approximately 3.2 hours on mobile and 5.2 hours on desktop daily. Currently, the Philippines has one of the highest digital populations in the world. There are now 47 million active Facebook accounts in the Philippines, and the Philippines is the fastest growing application market in Southeast Asia.
Roles played by these technological advancements. All of these technological advancements have different functions and roles played in our lives, although some of its functions may be a little similar or the same. These functions become essential in our lives and develop a strong tendency toward technology. Television sets. First bullet. Television is a good and healthy source of both entertainment and education. Television has huge benefits as well as uses. It is also an informative device that allows the broadcast of news, both local and international levels, to ensure that all individuals are updated. Watching television is also a source of entertainment. For example, TV shows or movies, this makes us enjoy and ease our boredom, and it makes people enjoy watching their favorite TV shows. Television also used as an educational device as it presents educational programs to the watchers, and children's can also learn on televisions, especially today it has a lot of educational channels on TV. Second bullet, powerful medium of mass communications. Television is one of the most effective media of communication. In today's generation, whether it is a child or adult, everyone has a favorite television show. Since television is reaching such large number of people, it has a major impact on our lives. When the television was launched, one of the major impacts of it was the families become close to each other. Watching television can be also a good way to bond with your family. It is also a good platform for different advertisements and advocacies because it disseminates information to millions of viewers. Mobile phones. First bullet. Mobile phones become a necessity for many people throughout the world. Today's mobile phones are not only capable of receiving messages and calls, but now it can store data, can take photos, and mobile phones today is very handy for us. Yes, phones have become a necessity in today's generation. Not just for calling and messaging people, the original purpose of mobile phones, but for using tons of various features and services that it provides. From messenger to entertainment, even in our office work and school works, we also use it, and it has all come down to our mobile phones. With the use of mobile phone, you can carry your important files around or wherever you go. Whether documents for school, work, and personal files, that's why mobile phones become a necessity for us.
For the second bullet, perfect way to stay connected with others and provide the user with a sense of security. In the time of emergency, having a mobile phone you can reach or seek help easily and could save lives. Modern mobile phones are capable of internet access, sending and receiving pictures, files, and messages. Mobile phones have GPS access to locate or to find the user in case of loss or emergency. For the last bullet, mobile phones reception has become reliable and of high quality due advances in wireless technology. Finding a dependable service provider is no longer an issue for mobile phone users. The expansion of wireless service provider industry gives mobile phone users a choice, and it's also caused by the drop in prices, or it becomes more affordable wireless mobile phones. Mobile phone users can instantly send messages and can call easily. Mobile phones can store important files, send emails, and store photos which can be easily transferred to a computer or laptop. For the third set, computers or laptops. First bullet, uses of computer in new habits, impact of computer in our life. Today, the use of computer with internet connection in our daily life change our habits. Those new habits are such as listening to music on the computer or laptop, earning money online, running an online business, and attending online classes. The computer or laptop can impact our life negatively too, if those new habits turn into bad habits. More use of computer in our daily life activities means less physical work and more mental work. For the last bullet, computers or laptops, system is not a simple machine. It is like a modern and highly complex calculator. It can do all functions at a speed and quick rate and also help us to search faster. One of the best things about the computer and laptop is the fact that it can help us to save so much of manual power, cost, and time. With the help of computers and laptops, tasks can be done automatically, and that will lead to saving some hours that may have been spent on doing the job manually.
Most parents argue that their children become lazy and having unhealthy lifestyle because of the technological devices they use. One of the worst effects of technology on humanity is laziness. When we use it, we are not aware that we have been using it for a long time. Kumbaga, yung mga oras na ginugugol natin for using technology ay hindi natin namamalayang lumilipas yung oras. And one more thing is it also causes you to have unhealthy living because of too much focus on it. We don't notice that we can no longer stretch our muscles by doing house chores or doing exercise. The second one is moral dilemma. People, especially children, who are not capable, rational, deciding for themselves what is right or wrong and freely exposed to different things on TV, phones, laptop, or computers. In this case, they are often young people at young age. They are not yet aware of reality. But because of technologies, they discover many different things through technologies. Even though it is not appropriate for their age, so it causes a changes in their perspective and to their attitude and affects the way they view the world and things around them. The third one is the develop of different kind of sickness because of too much use of technological devices. First example is sleep problems. It can cause sleep problems especially when using technology before bed. There is a delay in the release of melatonin, so it is more challenging to them for sleep. The second example is anxiety and depression. Because of spending so much time on technology, it causes you to lose your confidence and become unfamiliar with communicating with other people personally. The third one is digital vision syndrome. Viewing a digital screen for a longer period of time makes our eyes exposed to the harmful UV rays emitted by screen, which causes the blur vision of our eyes.
People become reclusive, alienating themselves from others. Although some would argue that technology brings people together, it can also be argued that it's not always the case. In fact, there are people who are friends on social media but not in real life. We spend more time checking social media or playing mobile games, lost in track of time that leads to isolation. People prefer texting and calling instead of actually meeting other people. Also, people walk around or even sit head bowed to their digital devices without saying or noticing anyone else. Technology brings them virtually closer but not physically or personally, slowly ruining the quality of social interaction that we all need as human beings. The word responsibility, in the sense of being accountable for and accountable to, in terms of using technological devices, means that the person who uses the devices must indicate the priorities, values, norms, and principles that constitute the grounds for one's action and contribution to the scientific technological event. When using social media, we should be responsible for the content we are sharing, because all content posted on social media is subject to lawful requests made by government and judicial authorities. It is important for the people in scientific world to inform the masses of the dangers of their contribution to the world of technology. In this way, people will be sufficiently aware of what to do and what not to do, and helps them to avoid any threats of using it. Going back to the first dilemma, it can be said that using the devices are the one to be blamed for laziness and unhealthiness. However, people have properly informed the positive tenor of their action in technology and the possible dangers of the misuse of their technological contribution. Thus, the undesirable consequences are brought about by the misuse of the agent. On second dilemma, the people in the scientific world nor the children are blameworthy because first, the children are not yet capable of rationally deciding for themselves for what is good and what is bad. Second, even if creators of these technologies went out of their way to inform children of the pros and cons of this technological contribution, it would still be useless because the children have no capacity to understand them. So in this dilemma, the ones to be blamed are the adults who allowed the children to access such devices in the first place without any supervision. It is the recklessness and overconfidence of the adult caused the character change in children.